In the northeast of France lies the Alsace region, a wonderful place in France known for its pretty villages, brightly painted half-timbered houses, and even some incredible tourist areas of attraction. Alsace itself is known for a variety of different attractions and, in addition, some of its local wares. Wine, in particular, is grown in the many vineyards along the slopes at the foot of the Vosges, and it's also known for its beer, which a lot of people, of course, across the world do drink quite a lot of. Further specialties include traditional dishes that are sort of like covered in cheese, cream, and further extra delicacies. But one thing that won't be delicate tonight is the cars that we've got on track as we go into round 2 at Alsace Village here for the Power Max Racing Renault Megane Trophy for season 19. What a fantastic track we are at tonight. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's going to be very exciting for all the drivers returning from Lobby 2. I'm Jack TM53, your commentator, and I'm fairly certain we are in for one spectacle tonight. It's going to be really, really fascinating to see the ongoing battles. We can already see the 55.8 and Mike Edwards currently having a good scrap, even though we're only in practice at the moment. So the guy's already putting on a show for us as they come through that long sweeping turn number 4. There's just 55.8 on the outside line. So yeah, we're here in Alsace, the first time the Meganes have come to France at this particular circuit. There's only 2 variants of the tracks. 55.8 goes a little bit sideways over the curb there. Only 2 variants of this track though, still fighting actually, these 2. And on that note, 2 variants, one runs in the direction that we're running tonight, and of course the other one runs in reverse. There's no sort of split off tracks, it's just one big circuit. Whole circuit, like I said, it's big. It's 5.4 miles long, and the biggest straight is only 450 metres. Conventional overtakes tonight aren't going to be the aim of the game here. It's going to come down to how people are on the brakes, and this is one braking zone as we come into this hairpin here at turn 11. That's going to be one of the key overtaking moments, as 55.8 had a little bit of a slowing down issue there. Don't know what's happened. Mark Parker's just appeared out of nowhere too. So that's the drivers in terms of the challenges that the drivers are going to face tonight. We've got Suburtus just joining into the room. Just wait for him to join in. Good evening to everyone who's just tuning in. I hope we're looking forward to a good spectacle tonight. It is going to be one of those races that's going to challenge the drivers. Now, before we go into qualifying, of course, we normally do a rundown of the championship standings, but of course we've only done one race. So, looking at the results from last week, Martin JL09, who's currently second in practice at the moment, so let's cut forward to him. He won the race last week, he got pole as well, so he currently sits at the top of the standings. Second is Snav, who we were just on board with earlier on. Third is Danzo, who got his first podium in 21 races last time out of the Nürburgring. Fantastic result for him. Fourth was the recovery driver of the day from D10 Piper. He's on provisional practice pole so far. Bit of a mouthful on that one. Fifth place we had Suburtus, who's just joined into the lobby. Sixth was Mark Parker. Best ever result for Mark Parker last time out. I was chatting with him just before the races get underway tonight. I was actually having a chat with him. He's in the pits currently. Weird things going on with the screen there. We'll cut away from that. But Mark Parker said he likes this circuit. Said he's been setting some decent lap times. So just to see how he gets on tonight. Seventh was 18.05 as well. Eighth was Slow Seamus. Ninth was Pip Didjar on his debut. 10th was Duds as well. He had a really good finish, those 2. So that's it. Those are the top 10 in terms of the championship standings. I won't go any further into it than we need to because it's 8 o'clock. It's race time. But first of all, we need to go into qualifying. So we'll just begin it now. All the drivers can get themselves prepared for what's going to be a really, really fascinating race tonight. Obviously, a lot of different sub-stories going on in the championship already. Just cut back to track. There we go. Just wait for those cars to emerge out of the pit lane. Looking to see if anyone is. There's the first driver. I think that's Martin, who's got out first by the seams of it. It is indeed. It is Martin who is out in P1. I think that's Pip Didjar just following him out the pits as well, in that brightly coloured green Dread sponsored car. Mark just apologising. I think something had gone on, maybe a little bit of contact. I think that's what we caught earlier on in the lobby. This is one of those tracks though, like I said before, it's going to be very interesting to see how people get on. This is another sort of overtaking area coming through turn number 3. Very cambered, a couple of lines can be applied through there. Same with turn 4, but you've got to be careful with the momentum on this one. You can see Pip Didjar just clipping the inside grass there. He's got to be careful on that one as the GT Sports stand decide now they want to update to where everyone should be on circuit. There's Danzo in that Adrian Flux sponsored number 44, 55.8. Nice queue, almost a train of cars. D10 Piper a bit further back. He'll be hoping for better after his lap 1 incident in the Nürburgring race last week. But the pace he showed, and the pace he's shown in qualifying, or rather practice so far, he's certainly looking quick. Shadowstalker's just gone off. Just gone off there at turn 7. Not sure what's happened. Here comes Bigsy. Hopefully he doesn't hit the back of that Shadowstalker there. Roving Island. 1805. Duds is now back in the livery that he should be. He's got his livery applied, the Master Vault driver. Last week you might remember he was running that temporary green and black livery, but he's all liveried up now. Good to see. Shadowstalker's pulled to the side. There's Mark Parker just coming round the infamous turn 8. It's all one corner. Can be a couple of lines entering the corner, but only really one way through as you come out of that. And Suburtus is now out on circuit as well. He's got a lot of room. Snav was the last one, but the first driver's just come over the line now, so it's Martin goes onto the first set of laps, and we will ride on board with Martin on the next lap that he goes on to do. I'll give you a quick lap guide of how this track plays out. It's a wonderful, wonderful circuit created by GT Sport. I'm fairly certain the Japanese directors of the game have done a fantastic job in creating such a very intricate design circuit. If you look in, we come into turn number 3 at the moment. Very off camber, the corners, they're very flowing. It's a sort of a track that promotes overtaking opportunities for certain, but they're not conventional. They are going to have to be last minute moves. I suppose coming into turn 5 really is the only conventional place for a potential move up the inside. Probably want to be the key points on circuit. It's Pip Didjar there, just currently coming around that corner. A bit further back, I think we've got Snav still on his outlap at the moment. So he's got himself a lot of room on circuit. Doesn't want to do what Danzo's done and just caught up to the back of Mike Edwards, although he's dropped off as I say that. Mike Edwards over a little bit better, I'm fairly certain of that. Last week he was running quite well in the top 10, did Mike, but something happened in midway through the session, never did find out what it was, and sadly he ended up finishing last quite some way off the pack. So hopefully he's sorted any of those issues out, it won't plague him again tonight. Just have a quick comment in the Twitch chat. So good evening to Mikey Rapscallion there. Hope you're doing well. So here we come then. Martin's just going to come onto a lap. He's just braking now down into third gear. He comes through the penultimate corner on the left hand side. So we'll ride on board with him. Here we go then for a lap here in Alsace. So coming up towards the first corner in fifth gear, braking at that little curb on the left hand side. Martin's run a touch wide, but he's still kept the car going in third gear. Brings up the revs and it's completely flat over the crest of the brow. This is the longest straight on the circuit, incredibly, at 450 metres. And he's got this blind left-hander that he needs to commit to and then get himself set up for immediately for turn 3. On the brakes at 140 mile an hour, down to third. Will he clip the apex? He does indeed. Lets the car roll out. Oh, a little bit too far over the curb, but gets away with it. Then swings the car back into the left-hand side for turn number 4. Fourth gear, pretty straightforward for him, no problems there. And then he comes up towards the Gran Turismo banner where he'll brake. Just after that, down to third again. Clips the apex nicely. Nice tidy lap so far from Martin. Into fourth gear, this quick kink at turn number 7, effectively, or rather 6. Then into turn 7. Fourth gear. Uses the inside of the curb just to hook it up. Martin a little bit wide. Oh, he's got a little bit sideways. He's held it well. I think I cursed him really on the lap. He's now coming around turn 8. Couple of different lines to take. He's not quite hooked it up the way he would have wanted. As he now comes down towards turn number 10 and 11. It's quick left-hander. He got a brake on the corner, which he does indeed. Down to third gear, then to second. Gets the car rotated quite nicely. Up to third gear. Will he take the next left-hander in third or fourth? I'm assuming he's fourth. A little bit of a lift, no braking. Not a problem so far. Up over the brow again. A lot of brows and crests to go over. And then just under the banner, brakes under the gears, down to third, flicks the car in, and then he'll set himself up at this left-hander, which he does at the penultimate corner. This little right kink is a corner. Turn 15, the final one. Obviously, he's not going to go any quicker, is Martin, but that's a lap of Alsace, and you can see the difficulties that the drivers face. So, Martin still leads the way after that first run. Obviously, a number of drivers still yet to set their second flying laps, and you can see how much time this circuit takes to get a lap. We're only going on to lap number 4, or rather the third flying lap for the drivers now, and we've only got 3 minutes 30 left in the session, so a lot of pressure on the drivers to get this turned around. D10 Piper, he's in second place. Rinse repeat from last week. Slow Seamus, he's in third currently. He's had a little bit of a moment, I think, on this lap, but he's going to fire one up again, and he's off down the straight. Snav's in fourth. He's on a personal best at the moment. He's just coming up to the second split. Let's see how he gets on. He's gone wide into the wall. He just scrapes it. But that will have sapped his momentum. And that will be another run at a lap, I believe. 55.8. He's carrying on that qualifying performance. He needs to keep this pace up during the race, though. That's key for him tonight. He's going to want a good result as the 55.8 in that works car. He's currently in fifth. It's a good lap time from him. CRT Pip Didjar just running a touch over the curb. He's gone sideways. Just about holds it. But you can see already the drivers are having to fight the cars as they go through the curbs. Something that you can use, but use it too much, abuse it too much, and off you will go into the grass or the wall. Not a very pleasant sight. Bertus is 7th. Good showing from him. Mike Edwards is in 8th. Slotted himself into the midfield quite nicely. Biggsy's 9th. Mark Parker in the top 10. Duds, who had a fantastic race last week in terms of fighting all over the field, he's in 11th currently. Danzo, our podium man from last week, I don't think is going to get another lap. I think that's it for his qualifying. So, 12th he will start at best. 18.05's in 13th. Shadowstalker in 14th place. And Roving Island in 15th at the moment. Martin has gone quicker. Just on a 55.4. That's a cracking lap from the Sales iDriver. There's D10 Piper. He's got one more lap now to try and usurp, or usurp rather, than Martin JL09. He'll hope that he can do that. See how he gets on in that Zerkatech car. Slow Seamus running in third. He'll hope that he can avoid any turn 1 chaos like last week. Completely not his fault at all, Seamus. He was just caught up in that incident. Hasn't had another tidy lap either, so this is it. This is his last chance to go quicker than that. He's 1 second off the pace currently. Snav looks like a relatively decent lap. Just coming round that turn 11 hairpin there. Like I said earlier on, these drivers have not been to Alsace before. There's no prior data to this. So whoever gets pole and the win tonight will be the first ever to do it in the Meganes. Going to be curious to see how they get on. 55.8 still going round the big bank of turn 8. Wonderful corner that. Absolutely brilliant to watch the cars sort of banking at 30 degrees. Especially in the Meganes. And he's going a little bit quicker. Snav has gone quicker as well. He's improved his lap time. He's just within 1.1 behind. He's got a little bit sideways through turn 1. That's going to compromise him on his final lap. D10 Piper has called it. That's his runs over. He is done for the session. Martin, standing unopposed at the moment, comes through the penultimate corner. Has he gone any quicker on this lap as he comes towards the line? What is the lap time going to be? And he improves. He does a 55.1, so that's 7 tenths up now, is Martin. And he's got another lap to run, so is there more time to find? Can he get a 54? That would be a very impressive pace if he could get into the 54s. 55.1 though, compared to the rest of the field. D10 Piper is done. Seamus Just coming up towards turn 11 now. Qualifying is over. You can see the 2 minutes on the right hand side. Snav still on his lap. 55.8 has done. He's seen the checkered flag. CRT Pip Didjar probably missed the memo that that's game over for him. 18.05, here he comes towards the line, but he's not going to improve. That's his quali effectively over. Bertus has gone quite very deep into the third to last corner. Flicks the car through. Is it going to be an improvement for the Fuchs driver? Yes, it is. It does. He puts it right up to 5th. That's a good lap from Bertus. Pip Didjar's seen the flag. 18.05 has seen the flag, as has Mike Edwards. Big Z has... well, he's not going quick enough to do anything. Mark Parker, Duds. What about Shadow Stalker? He goes across the line now. That's him over. Only other driver in the top 4 that I know of who's still on a lap is Snav. So he comes towards now that under that Gran Turismo banner. Down into 3rd. A little bit sideways through the corner. Looks like he's got a lot of rear brake bias set up on that car. Here he comes then towards the line. I don't think he's going to improve. He's not. He's 8 tenths slower. Seamus is done. What about Martin, who will be the last driver to set a lap time? There's another driver coming towards the line now. Whether they're improving or not, we'll soon find out. That would be a no. Here comes Martin sideways into that corner. Got to be very, very careful. Here comes Martin then towards the line. He's got pole anyway, but can he go quicker? Can he get a 54? Not quite. But it's still a fantastic effort from the Sales iDriver. He's taken a 2nd pole position in the championship. D10 Piper, just like last week at the Nürburgring, is going to start 2nd. Seamus in 3rd. The top 3 in exactly the same positions as they were 1 week ago. So this is going to be a fascinating fight. I should actually correct myself there. Snav started 3rd last week and Seamus was 4th. So those two have a little bit of a swap round, but that's qualifying over. Great performance from Martin to take pole. But here we go then, into the race where it all counts. So we've got Martin JL09 in the Sales icon on the right hand side of your screen. D10 Piper in that white and lilac Zerkatech car on the left. Who's going to get the best start? It's going to be really important going into turn 1. 20 minutes on the right side. Here come the numbers. And the race is live here from Alsace Village. It's a very good start from Martin. Snav's got a relatively decent launch. He's already alongside Seamus. D10 Piper on the inside for turn 1 as they approach it now. D10 Piper gets the move up the inside. Little bit of contact for Seamus. He's gone backwards a touch. Bertus now making an opportunity, trying to get up to 4th place, and he's got past Snav already. Little bit of contact, I think, between Seamus and Snav, and that's dropped Snav right the way down to 5th. He's got to be careful when he tries to slot back in. Bertus trying to look around the outside, potentially, of slow Seamus. Is he going to be there for the inside? Here comes Snav like a rocket up the inside, and he's up to 3rd. He's done 2 in 1. That's a fantastic effort. He's up to 3rd. Great overtake that was. Got to quickly come out and come back in because the camera angles, unfortunately, on GT Sport don't quite work. But Snav is up to 3rd. Got his position back. Seamus is 4th. There's Bertus now looking to try and go and move. There's 55.8 looking up the inside. He's in 6th currently. 18.05, he's in 7th. And there's a whole heap of chaos going on. That's Mark Parker going backwards in the fast car. Something's happened through turn number 6 there. Pip Didjar's made more contact. Danzo's into the wall. That's a very peculiar incident between those two. Danzo, though, just recovers. He's not spun, which is fortunate. Parker's 13th. Big C's 14th. Roven Island in 15th. So a lot of chaos and carnage going on in the field at the moment. Parker is getting overtaken around the outside by Bigsy. That was a fantastic move from Bigsy in the Hampshire car. Wonderful overtake from him. He's got the move. Mark Parker looking to try and go up the inside for turn 11 at the hairpin. Not quite close enough though, so going to be interesting to see how these drivers get on. Danzo's got up to 11th. Pip Didjar's 10th. Dud's 9th at the moment. There's Mike Edwards in 8th. 18.05, he's looking for a move on the outside. Approaching that 3rd to last corner. He's on the inside now for the corner. It's going to be very tight for the two to go through. And 18.05, sure enough, slots in. 55.8 very, very deep on the brakes. Going to compromise him for the exit, and it has done. And he's hit the wall. 55.8 has hit the wall. We have to scroll all the way back. Where is the 55.8? He's going to lose all that momentum that he had. Danzo on the inside. Is he going to go for a move? He's there. And he's got the move done. 55.8 drops like a stone. And it was such a good start from him as well. He was in 6th, and that's that. He's down to 11th place now. Burtis is in 5th. Slow Seamus in 4th currently. Good drive from him. He's going to look to try and go around the outside of Snav into turn number 3. Don't think that's going to quite happen. D10 Piper. Good start. 1.2 up the road already. That's a very important start for him. Just a quick comment in the Twitch chat there, just from Mikey, just saying good luck to the CRT boys. There's Snav in 3rd. Holding on at the moment to that podium position. Run a little bit wide. Got to be careful, does Snav there. He's giving the opportunity to Seamus to try and look at the inside. Can he get a move? Can he set one up for turn 8 potentially? Looks like he has. He's got on the power a lot earlier than Snav. Snav's going to have the inside line. There's really only one line through. But then again, I said that earlier, but Biggsy tried to go around the outside, and Seamus is looking to do the same thing, but he just backed off the throttle a little bit, so he's stayed in 4th. Burtis is 5th. He's been harried by 1805 at the moment. Good effort from Mike Edwards. He's in 7th at the moment. Duds is up to 8th. Pip Didjar's 9th. Very late on the brakes was Pip Didjar. He nearly went into the back of Duds, which could have been a mother and a father of a shunt between those two. Danzo 10th. 55-8 rather, is in 11th place. Biggsy 12th. Wonder if he can make any progress further up the field now. Especially the 55-8. He was running in the top 6. He wants to try and get a good race performance in tonight. There's an opportunity for him. Danzo a little bit sideways. Defends well into the penultimate corner, does Danzo, and gets a nice drive off it. So, no immediate threat at the moment for Danzo to have to deal with, but he's got to be careful of that Works driver behind, and 55-8 certainly will go for a move if he gets that chance. And look, he's going to try it again now. We're going to stay with Biggsy because we're in pole position, really, to try and watch this battle. 55-8 is going to be on the outside through turn 2, but that'll be the inside for turn 3. A lot of room given between the two drivers, and then it closes up between the two. Danzo squeezing, but the 55-8's there, and the move is completed. So, up to 10th goes the 55-8, and that's Pip Didjar off into the corner. Just seen him there on screen. Little mistake coming out of turn 4. That's what the drivers have got to watch out for. Will Shadowstalker go around the outside? He's going to look to do it. Roving Island trying to get in on the fight as well. The Joyce Design driver as well. He's on the inside, is Shadowstalker. Roving Island, will he try and go around the outside? No, he's given a lot of room actually for that one. So, stations held there. Parker 12th, Biggsy 11th. Danzo, sideways. Absolutely sideways. Through turn 7. There's the 55-8. Duds has now got himself into the back of Mike Edwards. He's lagging a little bit. Hoping that he can clear that up. I saw it a little bit earlier on. I thought it might have been the stream, but it doesn't seem to be. Meanwhile, the fight for 3rd is intense in ever because Suburtis is up to 3rd. So, Suburtis in the midst of all this has had a fantastic couple of sectors and up to 3rd right now. Seamus is in 5th. Just shadowing those two at the moment. Some support in the Twitch comments there for D10 Piper. He is leading the way at the moment. Looks like Martin has just closed the gap a little bit. Not by much. Let's have a look as they come across the line now. Piper does a 56.4. Martin by a 56.2. So not much in it, but those two could start converging. Suburtis. Oh, that's late from Snav. There's contact between the two. Here comes Seamus trying to look at the inside. Is there opportunity? I think there is. Very late on the brakes, very aggressive from Snav. Don't think he would have intended to be as rough as it was, but Seamus is on the outside. Burst is on the inside. Snav doesn't know where to defend. He's got two cars to try and look out for. A bit more dodging, a bit more bumping. Seamus on the inside. Nice calm and controlled from Seamus. And he's got that move up to 4th. Here comes 1805 now. Up the inside through turn 4. He's on the outside for turn number 5 though. Not quite. That's the slot back in, but these four putting on a phenomenal show of racecraft already. Snav defending heavily now from Seamus. Oh, Snav's gone on the curb, and that's Seamus through. Seamus up into 3rd place. Burtis now trying to look for a move up the inside of turn number 7. A little bit of contact from 1805, but that's actually helped him through. Not ideal, and Snav's gone too deep into the corner, so 1805 up to 5th now after all that. Great race in between the four of them. A lot of contact. Oh, that's very, very tight between Burtis and Slow Seamus there. Tripping over my words a little bit on Slow Seamus, but hey, It's still a brilliant fight. 18.05 looking for that potential opportunity to try and break. And he's gone around the outside. I think he's gone deep. Snav looking to hook the curb up. Doesn't quite get to it. Bertus last week went from third place to fifth on the final lap. He looks like he's got a bit too deep into the corner thanks to the car flicking up on two wheels. He's going to defend. He's on the inside. Is Sir Bertus. Oh, 18.05's got on the grass. He's round. That's it. Round he goes. He's going to have to wait for a moment. He's got going again. That's unfortunate for 18.05. Just gone on the curb as he went into the third to last corner there through turn 13. Just got on the grass and that was that. Meanwhile, Snav's trying to go around the outside of Sir Bertus there. He's got a nice switch back on Sir Bertus as Snav. He's on the outside as they approach turn 2. Might just have the momentum to try and squeeze the door. Maybe not quite. Still leaving the room. Bertus on this inside line. Is he going to try and go around the outside? No. Snav brakes later. Is there a gap for the Fuchs driver? There is. He's got the switchback. This is going to be the circuit of switchbacks by the seams of it tonight. Snav is still there on the inside. Bertus squeezing him on the inside, but Snav holds his line. And it's just enabling the opportunity for Slow Seamus to get away. Bertus, though, takes that fourth, holds on to it for now. He went from third to fifth last week. He'll be open to try and hold on to fourth at the least. Seamus is there. Martin and D10 Piper holding station at the moment in first and second. So, key for those two drivers. 18.05 after his mistake. He's down in 8th. Not too far behind Mike Edwards. Dud's having a great showing in that Master Vault car. Now he's got his new livery on. Running quite well. He's in 6th. 55.8. He's putting some good lap times as the 55.8. He's in 9th place at the moment, and he's lapping quicker than Mike Edwards by 0.6 of a second. So, opportunity knocks for the 55.8. Certainly got some speed. Danzo's in 10th, following his dramatics on the opening lap. Mark Parker running 11th, Bigsy 12th. Shadow Stalker. There'll be a bit of lag going on for Shadow Stalker. Hopefully we can solve that. Roving Island's in 14th. Pip Didjar, after flying off the circuit, is now running in 15th place. You can see the lap time that he's done on the last lap. He's certainly made a mistake somewhere. And Roving Island now trying to go around the outside of Shadow Stalker as they approach, and he's already done it in fact. Shadow Stalker. Oh, that was late from Shadow Stalker, and he's hit the wall as a result. Roving Island trying to go around the outside. Doesn't quite happen. Where's Pip Didjar? He's going to look to the inside line for turn number 1. It's a great fight for 13th place between these three currently. Pip Didjar very late on the brake. Shadow Stalker's left a huge amount of room on the inside for the Dread driver to just go up the inside of him. A little bit of contact, bit of squeezing. Pip Didjar can move over a little bit if he wants to. Decides better of it and wants to squeeze Shadow Stalker as much as he can. Roving Island at the moment just sat behind them. Very difficult circuit to pick up the cameras, this one. Pip Didjar, though, on the inside. Braked at the same time. Gets the move done, but here comes Shadow Stalker again round the outside for turn number 4. Pip Didjar looking like he's holding the line. Roving Island still waiting to try and get a move involved. Shadow Stalker's gone right round the outside, though. Really impressive from the Garage Floor Tile Company driver. And now Roving Island looking for a move at the inside. Not quite. Not quite. Has to back off a little bit. They're still side by side, these two. I think, though, has he got the momentum as Pip Didjar? Looks like he has. A little bit too far back now is Roving Island. Still very clean. A lot of room given between the two drivers. And sure enough now, Pip Didjar is up to 13th place. What a great sequence that was. Martin still trying to hunt down D10, but D10 currently keeping that gap honest. Seamus has gapped Snav, who has in turn gapped Bertus and Duds. Mike Edwards, though, and the 18.05 are being caught by the 55.8. So this could become a 3, maybe even a 4-car fight, because Bertus isn't that far up the road. 18.05 looking for the move. Might be a little bit put off by Mike Edwards' lag. I do hope that could be resolved. He's got a good run, though, now coming out of the final corner. He's going to look to the inside. I'm fairly certain 18.05 is going to go for this. On the inside, on the brakes. He's got the move done cleanly. Mike Edwards looking for a switch back. He's on the back of the rear wing of that steel seal car. And a ride of the 55.8. He's got a good view of this. Works driver just got a good point of view there. You can see 1805's just managed to hold off the 3M driver of Mike Edwards, but he's in 8th. Still a good showing. It's much better than last week when he had his problems. But the 55.8 now is starting to close in on these two. This could be a very interesting group, especially with Burtis not being too far ahead. It's now in 4th, 7 minutes 20 effectively to go on the session. Looking like a very good fight. Martin, though, has closed the gap on that lap. Or rather this lap currently, because it's down to 7/10. 7 minutes to go. Is there time for the Sales I driver to try and get past D10 Piper? Can D10 hold off Martin for his first win of the season? A little bit wide into the corner is D10 there. Doesn't lost too much. Martin didn't get the best of exits. Keep an eye on that gap. Seamus is 3rd, Snav 4th, Burtis 5th. Dudds has got 18.05 now within half a second. Mike has got 55.8. Well, I was going to say right behind him, but unfortunately he went too deep into the turn 11 hairpin. Danzo on his recovery drive now did a 56.8 last time out. That's top 5 pace for Danzo. So qualifying didn't quite work out for him, unfortunately. Could be a case of what might have been for the Adrian Flux driver. Mark Parker's 11th. It's got a big amount of damage to the rear of his car. You can see that in the rear right hand side. Obviously visual damage only in the Megane trophy. That won't affect him, but he's got Bigsy just closing in the gap now between the two of those. Pip Didjar's gapped Roving Island, and he in turn has gapped Shadowstalker as well. Here comes Bigsy. I said he was closing on Mark Parker. There's the opportunity for him. Hampshire driver now on the outside. I'll try and cut to this wide camera, see what we can work with as we come towards turn number 2. The camera pans round. You can see Parker, both of them giving each other room. Bigsy arguably giving too much room there, and he's had to slot back in. And yet the cars can go a lot closer together, I think, than the drivers might believe through that corner. I know the corner itself does tighten up, but a lot of racing room given. But that's the gentleman nature of Bigsy. He does have a good racing temperament, does the Hampshire driver. He's on the outside. Can he make a lunge around the outside? Not quite. He had a little look, but nothing doing there. Danzo still in 10th. 55.8 now on the back of a even more extreme lag from Mike Edwards. 55.8 just watching this battle between 18.05 and Dudds further ahead of him. He'll be keeping an eye on that further up the road. He want to try and tag onto them. 18.05's got a very good run through turn 8. He's going to be looking to go on the outside. I think he sapped his own momentum there trying that line. And sure enough, he just brakes a little bit earlier. Oh, Dudds has gone very, very deep. All 18.05 has to do is cut the corner across, which he has done. He's really aggressive, but he's allowed to do that. And 18.05 up to 6th. And that's allowed Mike Edwards now the opportunity to have a look at Dudds. Dudds just went too deep. I don't think he realised how close 18.05 was to the back of him and just braked too late. Mike looking for the move, but backs out of it. Dudds looking for a little switch up the inside there. He's going to try and go around the outside for the penultimate corner. Can't clip his way through. 55.8 still hamstrung by the fact that Mike Edwards is in front of him. Will he look for a lunge with 4 minutes to go? He's close. He's made a big lunge. He's up the inside. Mike, though, will no doubt want to try and do that switch back. And he's on the outside again. This seems to be the conventional route for the overtakes at the moment. Best overtaking opportunities through turn 1 by the seams of it. 55.8 I think is just going to squeeze ahead. 18.05 having to defend from Dudds as well. Dudds has gone too deep into the corner. That's going to give 55.8 an opportunity for turn 4. Is he going to look? Just slots in. Mike trying to have a little look at the inside. A little bit sideways. He did clip the grass, I noticed. And 55.8 now on the outside of Dudds. He's going to brake effectively at the same time and slots himself in. Mike Edwards having a really good battle with these guys at the moment. Is there an opportunity? The 55.8's going to go round the outside, potentially at turn 7. It'd be a brave man that tries it. Where does Mike Edwards go? Well, he wants to go through the middle. A little bit of lag going on, but he's managed to squeeze his way through by the seams of it. It was very peculiar what happened, but there he is. He's up to 7th. He's got 2 in 1 in a fantastic move. Dudds now trying to go round the on the inside of turn 8. A little bit of contact between him and the 55.8. That saps his momentum, and Danzo has now joined in the fun. So we've barely seen the top 3 in the last 10 minutes, and it's because of how fantastic the battles have been all over the circuit. Duds has gone sideways into the corner. Danzo's hit him. He's just slowing down because he doesn't want to take advantage. That impeded Danzo. Hope Danzo notices the fact that he didn't try to take an advantage, and the 55.8 has gone off and he's into the wall. Oh dear, that was... Oh, it was a fantastic fight, but that's compromised him there, and the 55.8's down to 12. Parker inside the top 10 now. He's had Bigsy all over him for most of the race. Those two have been fighting really hard. So Dud's now down to 9th. Danzo up to 8th. He's got 2 laps to go, effectively, as the Adrian Flux driver. Mike Edwards is 7th. He's on the back of 18.05. Everyone else seems to have just distanced out in the top 6 by the look of it. So nothing that those 6 will be, or rather the top 5 will be too concerned about. Duds has got Parker now trying to look at the inside. Can Marker make a move? I said Marker there. He's on the outside. CRT driver, can he get it? Oh, he's been hit by Bigsy. Bigsy slows right down there, not to take advantage. Dud's now trying to look for the outside. He was on the inside for turn 3, and he's on the outside for 4. But he's run too wide. Parker's run quite wide as well. Ooh, catch your breath, everyone. Penultimate lap as we stand. This has been a fantastic showing from Lobby 2 once again. Dud's still in 9th. Parker in 8th currently. Absolutely thrilling contest between the drivers. Mike Edwards just on the back of 18.05. This has been a good showing for Mike. As for 18.05 as well. 18.05 obviously building on 7th place from last week at the Nürburgring. So another improvement up to 6th. Bertus is in 5th. Snav in 4th. Seamus is 3rd. But there's a huge gap to Martin. I will say that Seamus has been doing some decent lap times, but if you look at the times he's been set, his personal best is a 56.0. Martin's is a 55.2. So D10 Piper and Martin have been absolutely brilliant in this race as they go on to their final lap. Really, really great racing so far, has to be said. Seamus in 3rd. There's Snav 4th. Bertus 5th. Mike Edwards trying to go around the outside. This will be the final lap that they're about to go on, so they've got enough time to do more fighting. Parker in 8th. Bigsy's got to move up the inside of Duds, so Duds has been moved down to 10th. Amazingly, Duds only 2.5 minutes ago was running in 6th. That's how quickly it's changed. Duds is through, Danzo's through, but the 55.8's going to see the checkered flag. That's it for him. He comes home in 12th. Pip Didjar 13th, Rovan Island 14th, Shadowstalker will be 15th as well. Up at the front, D10 Piper got his gap out to 2.1. Martin is in 2nd. Slow Seamus in 3rd place. This is a good result for him after the troubles last week if he can hold on to that. 18.05 though has got Mike Edwards all over the back of him. And sure enough, he's going to try and go around the outside. There's a little bit of lag going on, so I can only judge it the way that you're judging it home, people. He's on the outside. 18.05 goes late on the brakes. Good momentum from Mike Edwards. He's going to try and look for a little cut up the inside of turn 6. Both giving each other room. A little bit of door banging as they go through the corner. 18.05 up the inside again. I think there was lag involved, and I think that might have just killed off the competition between the two of them, I think. Duds has got past Big Z, and Big Z's got past the grass, really, to be honest. That's it for him. We're going to cut forward because he's had a fantastic race as this man. The Zerka Tech driver, the number 74 D10 Piper, threads it through turn number 13, through 14, out the final corner. He takes his first win of the season. It's D10 Piper, ladies and gentlemen, who takes his first win of the season. Great drive. Martin JL09 takes 2nd in a great performance. 10 seconds back, you got Slow Seamus. Really good, positive result for him. He's going to take his first podium. That's 3rd place. Snav in 4th. That's a good, solid result. He needed that for his championship chances. Bertus takes home 5th. 18.05 is going to hold off Mike Edwards, so he takes 6th place. Good showing from Mike. He's in 7th. Mark Parker, 8th place. Another great result for the Scottish driver. Duds is 9th. He gets back past Bigsy at the end. And Danzo, we didn't quite see what happened on this final lap, is going to come home in 11th with a big slide across the line. What a race. What a fantastic race that was. Really good effort. A couple of comments in the chat there from WTFU1028 saying, yes, Piper, well done. He's very happy. And he should be. It's a great drive from D10 Piper. Fastest lap, pole position, or rather second place on the grid. Got past pole position at the start, and that was it. Move and race was complete for him by that point. Fantastic. What a race for the Lobby 2 once again. So, next week, we will be back again at the same time at 8 o'clock, of course, as always. Wonderful fight. Really, really wonderful fight. A lot of comments going into the chat on the left-hand side. You can see, obviously, Bigsy saying it was a good fight between himself and Mark. Next week, we are going to Tsukuba Race Circuit. And that will be the first of our top 4 reverse grid championship races. So, wow, what a championship race we're going to have there. Very tight circuit. Another circuit in Japan that we've not been to in the Meganes. It's going to be very tight and technical for the Megane drivers to deal with. Danzo saying he hated that. It was unfortunate for him. But what a race. So, Meganes will be back next week. Do tune in a few minutes time at 8:45. We will be live from the Volkswagen Scirocco's, who will be again racing around Alsace. But before they do that, they will be also racing at the Nürburgring GP as well. So I'll be ending this stream in a few moments time. I'll restart it ready for the Volkswagen Scirocco League as well for Lobby 1. What will happen in Lobby 1 for the Sciroccos is we'll do both races tonight, so my voice will be completely hoarse by that point. But do tune in, please stay on the channel. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic as ever. But if you're just interested in the Meganes, wherever you might be in the big wide world, have a good one.